Hi, a very warm welcome to Zoho Desk webinars. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Vijay and I'm your host for the day. I'm part of the marketing team at Zoho. So, today we'll be looking at an overview of Zoho Desk. Now, before we begin the webinar, here's the hashtag for you to tweet to us while the webinar is in progress. Zoho Desk. Feel free to throw questions at us or post your suggestions using this hashtag. You could also tweet to our official handle, which is on your screens right now, at followed by Zoho. Alright, so before we get into the product, I want to take you through a powerful quote that this man has said, the one on your screens. His name is Roger Staubach, and he's a former American football quarterback in the NFL. And this is what he said. It's a pretty simple quote, but if you read between the lines, there's a question that comes to my mind. Why? Why aren't there any traffic jams along the extra mile? Because very few companies actually go the extra mile, right? I mean, how many company names can you recollect that actually walk the extra mile for you? A handful, maybe? And the ones that do walk the extra mile, they tend to stand out and get a lot of attention, like the companies here. The customers of these brands seem to love them. Surely, there's some secret ingredient that sets the service of these companies apart from the rest. What do you think is that ingredient? Well, the answer isn't complicated, trust me. All these companies have shown their customers some love, which means that their customers want to love them back. So they have the trust of their customers first, and that is the secret ingredient that differentiates these companies. But don't for a moment, folks, assume that it's going to be easy for you to convince them that you love them. It can be a hard thing to do, as you would understand from this example I'm going to narrate to you. This is the story of Peter Shankman. Peter is an American author, entrepreneur, and a speaker. Peter loves steak and he's a regular at the Morton Steakhouse. And here's what happened. Peter was flying back home from Tampa to Newark. And just before getting into the flight, Peter decides to tweet to Morton's. And here's his tweet. And guess what happened? When he got down from the flight, he comes out of the airport to find a staff from Morton's carrying his order of porterhouse steak, an order of colossal shrimp, a side of potatoes, bread, two napkins, and silverware. Wow, who would have even thought of that? Look at that expression on Peter's face. That's the expression of customer happiness. That's the one you want. But putting that smile on Peter's face, that wouldn't have been an easy task at all. Let's go behind the scenes now to see what the folks at Morton's would have done to get to Peter on time. Morton's nearest outlet was about 23 miles from the Newark airport. And this means that the customer service team at Morton's would have seen the tweet and put this over to the marketing team, knowing fully well that Peter was a regular at the steakhouse. The marketing team, on the other hand, would have come up with the whole idea. They would have also gotten an authorization from the finance team so that they have the necessary budget to pull off this stunt. Of course, there was always the risk that if they did not get to Peter on time, the stunt would have been an utter flop. The nearest Morton's restaurant would have then gotten the order from the HQ. The staff who drove to the airport and delivered the food to Peter would have been getting updates on the flight status along the way. What Morton showed was an amazing commitment to their customer. Not just that, it cut across various functions in their organization. That made their customer feel loved. And they managed to pull it off because they were able to put the customer at the heart of the company and not just the customer service team. And that, folks, is what Zoho Desk can help you do. Put customer service at the heart of your company. Alright, so before we move ahead with the webinar, let me quickly chalk out the agenda for today's session. Let's first breeze through Zoho's product suite, and then we'll take a look at the benefits of Zoho Desk. Finally, we'll dig deep into the product and look at how it benefits customers, agents, and managers. So let me quickly give you a glimpse of what we do at Zoho. We build software that you can use to run all the functions of your business, from sales and marketing, mail and collaboration, business process, finance, HR, to customer service. Zoho has apps for every front office, back office, and workplace function that drives your business. And that's not even the best part. Most of these apps can be tightly integrated, which means that you have one platform to run your business on, which is why we call ourselves the operating system for business. In fact, we are one of the few companies in the world with such a wide suite of apps. And here's a little known fact. Zoho has more than 20 million people across the world using our products. And no prizes for guessing, Zoho Desk falls under the help desk category. Alright, now that you have an idea of what we do at Zoho, Let's focus on Zoho Desk now. Before we take a look at the product, I'm going to run you through its benefits first. This sets the stage for you to understand the product better. So here's what we've done. We've classified the benefits of Zoho Desk into 6 categories that you see on your screen right now. Each benefit here answers a crucial need of customer service. I'm going to quickly take you through each one. Let's start with the first one, multi-channel support. Multi-channel support allows you to hook up all your channels with Zoho Desk, be it your email, phone, chat, social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter, and this means that your customers can get in touch with you through any channel that they're comfortable with. Not just that, agents needn't switch between different platforms to answer support tickets. They can answer all the support tickets from all the channels from a single interface. The next benefit, agent productivity, is all about effective ticket management. It gives you a bunch of features that your agents can use to cut down on their repetitive tasks and spend more time building great customer relationships. What team collaboration provides is a communication platform for people to work together and get things done. So, no matter where they are, they're always connected through Zoho Desk. What's special about the collaboration platform of Zoho Desk is the ability to work together both within tickets and outside of tickets. With self service, you get to build your own help center for your customers so that the next time they have questions, they needn't approach your agent team. They can simply go to the self service portal and find answers by themselves. All the benefits that we've talked about till now was about delivering great service. But this benefit, insights, and impact, it's about measuring how well you're doing. This allows you to monitor the performance of your support team and draw insights from your data as well. The last benefit answers a question that comes up for any business which is looking to buy help desk software. Can it work with the existing software that you use for functions like sales and marketing? That's where the extensibility aspect of Zoho Desk comes handy. It will allow you to integrate Zoho Desk with other software and also customize the help desk software to your liking. Alright then, without further ado, let's jump into the product. So where do I start? Let's start with the most important piece in the customer service puzzle, the customer herself. Meet Ashlyn Paul. Ashlyn is a customer and an ardent fan of Zilker that makes Z pads, Z watches, and Z phones. Ashlyn had bought a Z phone a couple of months back, but guess what? The phone's been having battery related issues. And understandably, she's annoyed. She didn't expect this from a favorite brand that can build rule worthy products. So now she wants to know if she can troubleshoot this problem. And she would like to reach out to the customer service team at Zilker to check if they could help her sort this issue out. So, which channel is she going to use to get in touch with the Zilker team? Zilker uses Zoho Desk for its customer service. So, they've hooked up all their channels like phone, email, social media, web form, help center and community, and live chat. So, Ashlyn can reach them through any channel that's convenient for her. Ashlyn first decides to check the help center before raising a ticket. So, you must be wondering, what exactly is this help center that we keep talking about? The Help Center is nothing but a customer facing support portal that the customer can use for finding solutions to the issues she's facing with her phone. So, why do you think Zilka needs a help center? Because not all questions from customers needs to reach the support team all the time, right? You would agree with me there. If customers had to come to you for every small question that they have, then your agent team wouldn't be able to focus on the bigger, more important stuff. And not just that, if you think from the customer's point of view, you'd realize that customers would sometimes opt for quickly finding answers by themselves rather than wait for the agents to answer their questions. Okay, so let's explore the different sections in the Help Center. A special feature of the Help Center is multi branding, which means every brand of Zilker gets its own customer facing support portal. So the identity of the brand stays intact even in the portal. Ashlyn heads to the Zphones Help Center, and there you go. Within the Zphones Help Center, Ashlyn can access 4 sections: the knowledge base, the community, a section for submitting tickets, and one more for tracking them. The first section, the knowledge base, is a repository of articles that Zilker has segregated into various categories. Ashlyn can browse around these categories or she could search for relevant articles using the search bar. So, clicking on any of the search results that have come up will take Ashlyn into that particular article. While Ashlyn tests out the solution, let's look around at what else you could do in the Help Center. Within the search bar, there's an option to search the community for any relevant forum posts. Well, it looks like there aren't any relevant posts. So, what's she gonna do now? It looks like she's heading to the submit a ticket option. I guess the solution didn't work for her then. That brings me to the next point. If it's a pressing issue, the customer can simply go ahead and submit a ticket. Since Ashlyn couldn't find any articles or forum posts that would help her solve her problem, she decides to go ahead and submit a ticket. In this page that loads, Ashlyn fills in the relevant fields like the name, email, subject, and description. And there you go, she submitted the ticket. If I was a Zilka agent, I would solve this ticket as soon as possible. Now that a ticket has been raised, let's head over to the Zilka office now and take a look at how Ashlyn's ticket is going to be handled by the team using Zoho Desk. Oh, hang on, before we do that, we need to know who's going to be working on this ticket, right? Here's where Zoho Desk automation helps Zilka out. You see, in Zoho Desk, there's an option to create rules that allow tickets to be assigned to agents automatically. There are two ways this can happen, either by direct assignment or in a round robin order. With direct assignment, you define when a ticket should get assigned to an agent by means of rules. For example, a ticket that comes in through the chat channel has to go to Justin here. With round robin, things get a little more interesting. Zoho Desk will ensure that tickets are distributed equally between the agents. So you'd be creating rules here as well, but you would also specify the agents to whom tickets need to get assigned to. Zilka uses the round robin method for assignment. So let's see who's the lucky one. It's Don Evans. It's early morning at the Zilka office and Don Evans is just logging into Zoho Desk. What you see here is the home screen of Zoho Desk and it has the list of tickets that he would need to work on. And sure enough, the surprise from Ashlyn sits right there. Now if you look to the left side of the screen, you would notice that Don by default is on the Views option. If you look to the top of this menu on the left, you'd be able to see the option to switch between modules. There are 8 modules in Zoho Desk: tickets, knowledge base, customers, tasks, reports, community, social, and chat. Before Don can start working on these tickets, usually he would need to pick the tickets that need his immediate attention. Not in Zoho Desk though. Zoho Desk has changed the way agents have been answering tickets with the work modes. So what are the work modes? Well, to explain that, I'm going to move to these two icons that you would be able to spot on the right side of your screen. You would find that there are two kinds of views, the queue view and the list view. Right now, Don is on the list view, which merely lists the tickets that Zilka's customer service team needs to address. The queue view is, however, unique in the way it displays the tickets. It's got 3 work modes. Just click on the drop down here and you would be able to see them. These are the countdown mode, the handshake mode, and the status mode. Each of these modes will sort tickets into columns based on a certain criteria, so Don needn't spend time wondering which ticket to start with. Let's go through each one in detail, starting with the countdown mode. The countdown mode sorts tickets according to the due time. So the leftmost column here will help Don see the list of tickets that need his immediate attention. These are the tickets that are overdue. The column to its right is the list of tickets that he'll need to work on once he's done with the first list in a few hours. The last column to the right is the work he would be doing later in the day. And if Don wants, he can just customize the queues by going to the Manage Queues option here. Let's move over to the next mode, the Handshake mode. The Handshake mode displays the CRM queue. When you've integrated Zoho Desk with Zoho CRM, you'll be able to see tickets sorted according to the type of contact who raised the tickets: leads, potentials, and customers. So how does this help Don? Well, this gives him an additional information, an additional context about the contact so that Don can reply effectively to tickets. So what exactly is this additional context that we're talking about? This could be information like maybe Ashton is interested in buying a Z pad as well. Alright, let's move on to the next mode, which is the status mode. The status mode organizes tickets according to the status of the ticket. So if Don wants to get to work on all the open tickets, he can do so right away without any delay. The work modes are indeed a nifty feature for Don because no matter which mode he chooses, he's able to view all the details that he needs at one location. He can see who the ticket is from, by what time it's got to be resolved, what the ticket is about, and what channel it came in from. All that without even getting into the ticket. And this means that he doesn't have to spend even a minute trying to figure out which ticket to start working on. But the best part, if you ask me, is that tickets automatically move from one column to another like this. When Don wants to switch to a different tempo, he can easily toggle between the different modes with a click of a button. For people using other customer service apps in the market, this innovation is one reason why Zoho Desk is far ahead of the rest. Now back to Ashland's ticket. Don can simply click on the ticket to open up the ticket conversation. Once you've opened the ticket, you would land on the unified ticket screen. You would see that the interface is divided into two parts. On the right side, you'd be able to see the ticket conversation and a set of actions that would help Don work on the ticket. On the left side, you would be able to see the ticket properties. Don goes through the ticket conversation. Before he can start working on the ticket, Don wants to check if there's been any past interaction with Ashton. So he goes to the timeline option at the top left hand side. And there it is. He sees that Ashland has indeed contacted them a month back with a touchscreen problem. So that's not good. Two tickets then from Ashland. Well, this just made things more interesting, didn't it? He definitely needs to make sure that Ashland doesn't have a bad experience again. In order to reply to the ticket, he goes to the reply option here. He drops the customer a quick note through the response editor which supports a rich text format. You know what? I think he's doing the right thing and apologizing first. Don has a trick up his sleeve to cut down on the time he spends in typing out responses. Zoho Desk has the capability of understanding what the ticket conversation is about and automatically suggests relevant articles. And these articles can be easily added to the ticket replies which the agent drafts. Don goes to the suggested articles option denoted by this icon here at the top left of the screen. Clicking on it pulls up the list of all the relevant articles. Depending on the size of the article, the agent can either choose to share a link or paste the entire article into the response. Don can choose the paste to ticket option and voila, the article is immediately pasted in the ticket reply. Don can now send his reply to the customer. Alright, while we wait for Ashland to read through Don's response and get back to us, why don't we explore this interface a little more? At the top of the screen, besides the primary set of actions that are possible on the ticket, there are a few more things that an agent can do, which you can see by clicking on this More Actions icon here. Actions like deleting the ticket, moving it to another department, etc. are possible from here. And that's not all. You can also pull down the title bar by clicking on the icon here and switch between departments or modules from here. If you want to perform a quick search while you're working on a ticket, this is where you would need to head to. Hey, Don's getting a call. Looks like it's Ashland. Remember the multi-channel support we were talking about in the beginning? Agents can make and receive calls from within Zoho Desk, since Zilka has integrated Zoho Desk with Twilio. Alright, let's take this call before Ashland disconnects.
Hi, Ashlyn. This is Don. How did the solution I suggested work out?
Well, I'm actually still having trouble with the battery. Is there anything else I can try?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Let me see. A quick question before we try other options. Did you install any new applications before this issue started?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So, how long does the battery last?
It's good for about 3 hours, but after that, the charge goes down really quickly.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We will arrange for someone to pick up your phone from your house, of course, free of charge.
Cool. I appreciate that.
And in the time it takes to fix your phone, we don't want you to struggle. So we will send a makeshift phone that you can use until yours is fixed.
That'd be helpful. Thanks.
No problem. Once our team fixes your phone, we will send it right back to you.
Sounds good. But how long will it take to fix?
It will take about a week, then you'll have your phone back.
Awesome. What time should I expect you guys to pick it up?
We'll be there tomorrow before noon.
Perfect. See you then.
Thank you for your time, Ashlyn. We'll get in touch with you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Thanks.
Well, that went well, didn't it? Don can either create a new ticket for this call or he can associate this call with an existing ticket. He chooses to create a new ticket, and for that, he goes to the Add Tickets option. This pulls up the Add Ticket form, which is auto-populated with the department, contact name, and the subject. Don can now enter the description here. Once he's done entering the description, he goes ahead and clicks on the Submit and Associate button. And there you go, a new ticket's been created. Now that Don has gotten the go ahead from Ashton to pick up the Z phone, he's going to talk to Kathy from the delivery team to handle the logistics. Well, this is one other area where Zoho Desk scores. In order to talk to colleagues from other teams, Don needn't move out of Zoho Desk. It's possible for Don to simply tag people onto tickets using the comment option that you see here. On clicking on comment, a text box opens up for Don to tag colleagues. Don can simply mention at followed by Kathy's name to collaborate with her on this ticket. He types his message and sends it to her. While we wait for Kathy to look at Don's message, let's take a look at where you need to head to if you want to look at all the comments within a ticket. Just head to the Conversation tab at the top, change this to Threads, and the Comments option appears as the next tab. Click on it, and there you go. All the comments from all the agents within this ticket show up here. Hey, looks like Kathy's online. The alert that you see here is known as the Agent Collision Detection Alert. Whenever there's more than one person working on a ticket, the Zoho Desk will alert all the individuals so that they know they've probably opened up a ticket which is already being worked on by someone else. Let's head to Kathy's site to check how the comment that Dawn posted appears on her interface. So here's Kathy's screen. What you see here at the top right corner is the notification center. The notification center is where alerts appear for you. These could be alerts with respect to tickets or escalations or mentions from fellow agents and other team members. And all of this happens in real time, by the way. So when Kathy clicks on this icon, the notifications tray opens up with a list of all the notifications that she's received. Kathy can click on the comment from Dawn and reply from here. And there you go, Kathy's replied now. She's ready to arrange for Ashlyn's Z phone to be collected from her place, but then she needs her location details first. So where does she find it? Enter Zoho CRM. Zoho Desk can be tightly integrated with Zoho CRM for a seamless two-way sync of customer service data. This allows agents to get more context about their customers and serve them better. Alright, now let's switch to Don's interface. Since Zilker has already integrated Zoho Desk with Zoho CRM, Don can click on the CRM icon on the left side, which pulls up Ashton's details from Zoho CRM into Zoho Desk. Isn't that neat? Don sends Kathy the location details and quickly goes to the Task tab at the top to set a quick reminder. This would ensure that he wouldn't forget to follow up with her tomorrow to check if the phone has been collected from Ashlyn. So let's open up this Task tab, and here it is. This is where you add a task. Don can specify different parameters of the task and also set a reminder for it here. Well, now that it's done, let's fast forward by 24 hours. Okay, Don as usual gets down to work. And there goes the reminder. It's time for Don to check with Kathy now. He drops her a comment again. And there's Kathy's reply. Now that the phone is in Zilka's hands, let's fast forward a couple of days and see whether they've been able to set it right. It's been 3 days since the engineering team began working on the phone. Let's check if they have any updates. Well, what do we have here? A chat message from James. I know what you must be thinking now. You're wondering if this is the same chat that we saw earlier in multi-channel support. This is completely different. The team chat is yet another useful feature in Zoho Desk that colleagues can use to talk one-on-one with each other. While comments help agents bring their colleagues' attention to tickets, the team chat here is great for having a quick private conversation directly with a colleague. So getting back to Ashlyn's Z phone, it looks like James has said it right, and it's been shipped to the customer already. Whenever there are images or files pertaining to a ticket, agents can attach them to the ticket by going to the Attachment tab at the top here. Don can click on the plus icon here to add the invoice to the ticket. Now that Ashlyn's phone is back to shipshape, Dawn drops a mail to her if she's received her Z phone and whether it's working fine. Okay, this is a nail biting moment. I wonder what Ashlyn's gonna say. No matter how good your service is, the best acknowledgement that you can get is the one you receive from your customers. And that's what Zoho Desk allows you to do. Get feedback from your customers in a non intrusive way. Whenever an agent replies to a customer, Zoho Desk allows the agent to include a feedback mechanism within the email so that the agent can receive customer happiness ratings from them. A simple question with the options good and bad get appended at the end of the reply. When customers choose an option, agents receive a notification immediately. Okay, we have the customer's reply, and it looks like our phone's working fine now. Now that the issue has been resolved, Don can close the ticket. And there you go, Don's done with this ticket. Now that Ashton's ticket is closed, he can now go back to the queue to work on the other tickets. Instead of clicking on the back button to go to the previous interface, he can click on this icon here at the left side of the interface to pull up a widget that displays the queue. This tray is collapsible and automatically fades out when you stop hovering your mouse over it. At the top of the slider, you can choose the queue you want to view. Don chooses the open tickets queue. Oh wait, what's this? Is that another ticket from Ashlyn? Nah, this is just the same ticket, just sent twice by her, probably by mistake. When there are multiple tickets that deal with the same issue, Don can merge these tickets together. In order to merge tickets, he can select the tickets that he wants and choose the merge option at the top. He can specify which one is the master record so that all the details from the other ticket merges into this, leaving just one ticket. Okay, chat alert. This is the chat we saw earlier in the help center that customers can use to get in touch with the support team. The chat is an effective channel for quickly helping out customers when they need answers. Don can accept the chat within the waiting period that Zilka has set, which in this case is 30 seconds. Well, now that Don's accepted the chat, he can go ahead and help the customer out. If this is something that needs a little time to solve, Don can easily convert this chat into a ticket in one click, like this. Well, let's leave Don to handle the ticket now. How about we take a step back a little and do a quick recap of all the features we've seen till now. So we started with the Help Center, where we saw the knowledge base, the community, the chat widget, and also looked at how a ticket can be submitted from the portal. From there, we moved from the customer's side to Zilka's side. We started with the automation feature of Zoho Desk and looked at how direct assignment rules and round robin assignment rules work in Zoho Desk. We then took a look at the work modes, in which we went through the countdown mode, the handshake mode, and the status mode. And from there, we opened up a ticket and we covered the suggested articles, the ticket actions, the search bar, and we also saw how to reply to a ticket, all this in the unified ticket screen. We also took a look at the collaborative features like tagging people, the notification center, and the team chat. In integration, we looked at the two-way sync between Zoho Desk and Zoho CRM and the handshake mode. We covered three channels: email, telephony, and chat. Alright then, back to Zoho Desk and Zilka. So far, we've been looking at ticket management from an agent's perspective. Let's flip things around a bit and take a look at customer service from a manager's standpoint. To start with, this was just one ticket from one customer that took so many interactions. Let's say on an average, you have 5 interactions per ticket. If you were to handle tickets from 100 customers in a week, that's already 500 interactions. Imagine having to scale this over a period of a month or more, not counting the new customers you would acquire. You would end up with thousands of interactions. What I'm trying to make sense of here is this: how can a manager keep track of the quality of service being delivered? If everything was done manually, trust me, the life of a manager would be crazy. What you need is an effective reporting engine that can measure the performance of the customer service team in real time and help you improve periodically. And that's exactly what Zoho Desk helps you do. It's time you met Zilka's customer support manager, Yod Akbaria. Yod is totally an analytics junkie and he loves to keep a tab on his team's performance. And for that, he uses the headquarters or the HQ. The HQ, folks, is the real deal for looking up how your team's doing. Now let's just break down what needs to be measured in customer service, shall we? On one hand, you would need to track performance metrics at a macro level. On the other hand, you would need to get into tickets and pitch in wherever needed. It's crucial that you're able to keep track of both these aspects, right? And that too simultaneously. Quite a challenge, isn't it? Not really, not if you're using the HQ. The HQ is the central dashboard for the manager to see the big picture and the specifics all in a single screen. It simplifies the process of keeping a tab on the team's performance by bringing vital parameters to the forefront. At the macro level, Yacht sees a percentage split up of customer happiness ratings. This is a good indicator of the team's performance. While this percentage split isn't going to change drastically overnight, it's good to keep an eye on this so that you can ensure that the scale doesn't tip towards the negative rating side. Likewise, Yod can also track the number of incoming and outgoing responses on an hourly basis and the bandwidth for the last 24 hours. And if he wants to change the time period, he can do so easily from here so that the graph displays the bandwidth for a day, week, or a month. So you must be wondering, how on earth is this going to help Yod? Let's say the number of outgoing responses are less in comparison to the number of incoming responses. Surely it means that the support team's lagging behind. Yod can then dig deeper to know why this is happening. Maybe tickets have been assigned to agents who aren't online. So where do you check this? Well, the HQ helps you here too. If you scroll down, you would notice that the HQ displays the list of agents who are online and offline. If you look closer, you would notice that for every agent, the HQ shows the number of tickets that are already overdue, tickets that are overdue in an hour's time, and the total number of assigned tickets. So you can ensure that tickets don't pile up with agents who are offline. And if they do pile up, well, you could always click on this number, select all the tickets, and reassign them to an agent who's online. Isn't that simple? A few other little details that the HQ feeds you with are the tickets that have received a negative rating and tickets that have been having too many conversations. In other words, they're just not getting resolved. Obviously, these are red flags for your customer support. So if you want to go through these conversations, you could do so by just clicking on the tickets. The HQ feeds the manager with details that let him take actions at a micro level while keeping in sight macro level trends and ratings. In fact, no other help desk software lets you do all this from a single dashboard. Now, if Yod wants to dig deeper and look up the summary of tickets, then he needs to head to the Ticket Overview dashboard, which is available in the Reports module. The Ticket Overview dashboard is only about tickets. Right at the top, you have a summary of the open, overdue, and unassigned tickets. The graph below lets you view the total number of new and closed tickets and the average number of backlog tickets for the time period that you choose. You can change the duration here according to your requirements. Further down, Yoth can see a channel-wise split up of tickets that lets him focus more on those channels that are driving most of the traffic to his team. Probably the most important metric that Yoth can monitor is the average reply time. The Ticket Overview dashboard makes it a breeze to monitor this metric in real time by displaying the average first response time, average response time, and the average resolution time. Yod can also look at the good, bad, and okay ratings his team has received in that particular period of time. Okay, chat alert, there's a message for Yod. That, folks, is the head of marketing and Yod's manager, Meera Walker. Let's see what she has to say. It looks like Meera needs some data. For occasions such as these, when Meera calls for sudden meetings, Yod uses Zoho Desk's built-in reporting feature to pull up the data that he needs. If you look below the dashboard option in the menu to your left, you would find the reports option. Zoho Desk has a set of global reports that pull in data from across all departments so that Yod gets to see the overall health of the customer service. There are other built-in reports as well that deal with tickets, articles, accounts and contacts, products, and tasks. For this meeting with Meera, Yod would probably find the All Overdue Tickets report and the Customer Happiness Analytics reports useful. The All Overdue Tickets report displays the list of all the overdue tickets along with the name of the person whom it's been assigned to and the channel it's come through. The Customer Happiness Analytics report, on the other hand, shows the list of all the happiness ratings received in a certain time frame. The time frame can also be changed from here. He can also export these reports in Excel, CSV, and PDF formats. Yod quickly downloads the report and sends it off to Meera. But sometimes an ad hoc need for data might crop up. For handling such needs, you can build your own reports using the custom reports feature, which can be accessed from here. What if there's a report that Yod needs to check periodically? There's a way to do that without having to go and pull up a report every single time. Within reports, if you look to the right, you would spot this button that says Report Scheduler. Yod can use this to schedule reports to be sent to his inbox at any time that's convenient for him. He can also choose whether to have this action repeated. He can choose the type of report, the format, and specify the people who would be receiving these reports. Looks like there's a notification for Yod. Let's see who this is from. It's from Meta. Wow, there's an appreciation from the manager. This is great news indeed. And the team needs to know about the appreciation, of course. So, how does he share it with them? When Yod needs to say something to his team, he uses the team feed to post announcements. Now, if you just go back to the tickets module, you would see that you have an option in the left hand side menu called Feeds. Clicking on this opens up the team feed. The team feed is a great collaborative platform that can be used for talking to not just fellow agents but to people across your organization from different departments. Managers can also use it for posting announcements to their teams. Yod can go ahead and post his announcement here, and his message pops up as alerts in every agent's notification center. So that sums up Zoho Desk, folks. I hope this webinar was informative. If you have any questions, please feel free to write to us at support@zohodesk.com, or you could tweet to Zoho Cares. Feel free to take a trial of Zoho Desk. It's absolutely free, folks, and you don't need a credit card to sign up with us. Don't forget to check out our other webinars as well, and I look forward to seeing you try the product. Thank you again.